Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Tech Stuff. In this video, we are going to discuss on 100 plus basic to advanced level shortcuts for the Microsoft Excel application, which will make you the quickest in the Microsoft Excel. So we will also discuss on each and every shortcut in detail with the help of example. So let's start with the first shortcut, that is flash fill. So flash fill in nothing but a control E. So we can use flash fill, that is control E shortcut, in two ways. So first, you can see in the example in the column CT, you can see the CT name Pune, and along with the CT there is pin code mentioned. So that is 411044 is the pin code. Similarly, in the below Pune and 411027. So let's consider if you want to separate this pin code from this CT column, then we can use the flash fill command. So let's type 411044. So first we need to teach Excel for one or two rows, and then we need to select the second row and we can press control E shortcut. So once we click on the control E shortcut, you can see the next four cells are flash filled. So you can see in the status bar the flash fill change cells 4. Again, if you want to separate this CT name from this CT column, then you can do so. Again, you have to teach Excel for one cell, and then you can press the control E shortcut. Then you can see the cells are flash filled. So now we have the same name, so that's why we don't need this. Okay, another way we can use the flash fill for the join. So joining the two words, so you can see here the first name Kedar and the last name column. In the first name you can see Kedar and Joshi. So we need to join these two words. So again, we need to first teach Excel for the first time. So let's write Joshi Kedar, and in the second row we can press control E. So you can see all the names, that is Patil Manoj, Sharma Naresh, Sheikh Salim and Patil Gauri. So these four cells are flash filled. So in this way we can use the flash fill in two ways. First, to separate the words or the numbers from the combined column, as well as we can join the two words with the help of flash fill command. So this is the first and second shortcut. Now we'll move on to the third shortcut, that is the whole row selection. So let's consider if we select this C4 cell, and if we want to select the whole row, then we need to press the shortcut shift and space. So the whole row will get selected. Move on to the next shortcut, fourth shortcut, select the complete column. So if you want to select the whole column, then we need to press control space shortcut and we can select the whole column. Move on to the next shortcut, that is the fifth shortcut, and we will use the home shortcut. So let's press the home shortcut. So if you can see now the current cell is E5, and if we press the home button, so let's press, you can see it will select the leftmost cell of that selected cell. So if we select this E3 and if we press home, you can see the A3, that is the leftmost cell, is selected. Now move on to the sixth shortcut. These are the basic shortcuts we will see. So you might aware of these shortcuts. So first is the control Z. So let's consider if I want to, if I delete this, and if I want to again restore that data, then I can click on control Z. Sorry, here I will go, and with the control Z it will be restored. So again, if I want to delete this, so now I have deleted. So to restore, we can just control Z it, and again we can use the redo. If you again want to delete it, you can just control Y, so it will be again deleted, and if with the control Z it will get undo. The next command is the control N for the new workbook. So if you want to add the new workbook, you can see the current workbook is Excel shortcuts detail. So if you press the shortcut that is control N, you can see the new workbook, book 1 is gets added. So again I will close this, just close this workbook. And now the next shortcut is control O for the open workbook. So if I want to open the workbook, just click on the control O and you can see the open dialog box is opening here, and we need to select the proper path and we can open the Excel workbook. The next shortcut is control S to save the workbook. So if you want to save this, you can just click on control save. It will save the copy in the same file, that is in the Excel shortcuts detail. Now the next shortcut is F12, which is save as. So if you want to save the file as multiple copies, then you can press the F12. So once you click on F12, it will be showing the pop-up for dialog box for the save as. So you can save as this file with a different name. So this is the next shortcut. Then the next shortcut is the print. So you can use the control P option. So just press the shortcut on the keyboard, that is control P, and you can see the print preview. So you can definitely select the data as per your selection criteria, and you can use this print option. So these are the 12 shortcuts in Microsoft Excel, which are the basic one, which you might have used till now. Then move on to the 13th shortcut, which is the control home. So we need to select the home cell, that is the A1 cell, from anywhere on the Excel. So let's consider if I'm in the I5 cell, and if I want to go to the home cell, that is the A1 cell, then we can use the shortcut key, that is control and home. So you can see once we click on the control home, it will directly go to the A1 cell. So again, if I selecting this E11, so that's why the E11 is my active cell, and if I again click on the control home, it will go to the A1 cell. So this is the shortcut number 13. Then move on to the next, that is selecting the data. So this is the 14th shortcut, and let's consider if I want to select the data, and I'm in the C4 cell, I want to select this data in the right side. Then we have to select the data by clicking the shift and the right arrow. So you can see with the right arrow, it will select the right data. Similarly, if you want to select the left side data, you can press shift and left arrow. Again, if you are in the cell D5, if you want to select the data in the row which is on the upper side, then you can select the shift and upper arrow. Similarly, if you want to select the down, you can press shift and down button. So this is the shortcut number 14, by which you can select the data. The next shortcut is the page up and down. So with this page up and page down button, you can see these buttons on the keyboard. So let's click on the page down. So it will go down by certain cells. So you can see here almost by 13 cells it is getting down. So again, if you want to go up, you can press the page up button and it will go on the upper side. So this is page up and page down. Up and down the page by specific cells. Then the next shortcut, that is a shortcut number 16. So control end. So it is go to the right bottom cell in the table. So let's select, if you want to select this 80, and if you are in the B3 cell, then you can press the buttons control end. Sorry, I have selected the right arrow. So you can see the control end. So with a control N, it will go to the right bottom cell in the table. So if you want to again go to the home cell, that is A1 cell, you can press control home. So it will go to the A1 cell. If you want to go to the right bottom cell in the table, then you have to click or press the button control N. So it will go to the last right bottom cell in the table. So move on to the next command, that is F4. So let's consider if we make this operation bold, and now if you want to repeat this operation in the next cell. So if I select this one, then you can simply click on F4, and with the F4 the bold is used there and the operation is repeated. Again, let's consider this one, and now I want it italic. So for italic you can use the shortcut control I, and again if I want to use this italic or for this mechanical name, then you can again press the F4. So with F4 it will repeat the last operation which we have used. So if I fill this, so you can see it is filled now with a yellow. Now I want to fill this production cell. So again I can use the same command or the shortcut, that is F4. So in this way you can repeat the operation with F4 shortcut, which is shortcut number 17. So now go to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 18. So for this, if you want to go right, similar to the page up and page down, we can use the alt page up or alt page down to move cells right and left by specific cells. So I will use the alt, and you can use page down. So select the alt and then select page down to move it to the right side. If you want to move it to the left side, then you can select alt and page up. So you can see the shortcut number 18. I'll just delete this. So move on to the next shortcut, that is 19. So if you want to select the whole table data, then we can use the control shift and space. So with this control shift and space, it will select the whole table. Move on to the next, that is the shortcut number 20. So for shortcut number 20, there are 3 ways to close the workbook. So first is with a control W, second is a control F4, and the third one is alt space and C. So let's add a new workbook. As we have already seen, with a control N you can add the new workbook, and if you want to close it, so use the control W. So you can see with the control W the workbook is closed. Again, now we will use the control F4. So again we will add one more workbook, and now we will use the control F4. So you can see the workbook is closed. Now again we can use the third option, that is alt space and C. So again we will add one more workbook, and we will use the alt space and C. So alt space and C, you can see it is closed as well. So this is the shortcut number 20 to close the workbook. The next is new worksheet. So if you want to add the new worksheet, we can use the plus button. You can see if you click on the plus button, it will add the multiple sheets. So let's delete this. I will delete this first. And again with the shortcut you can use the shift F11. So click on the shift and F11. So you can see the new worksheet is added. Shift and F11, shift and F11. You can see the multiple sheets are added with this continuous operation. So again I will just delete this manually. So this is the shortcut number 21. Then go to the next, that is shortcut number 22, which is F1. So if you want to ask Excel for the help, we can simply press F1 button. So click on the F1, it will open up the help. So but now I don't have the network connection, so that's why it is showing the error. But with the F1 we can get the Excel help. So again, if you want to check the spelling of the word, then we can use the spell check with the help of F7 shortcut. So let's consider the name, enter. So we'll use the enter and let's press the button, that is F7, and with the F7 you can see the spelling window is pops up over here, and you can see the suggestions. Whatever the word you have the requirement, you can select that proper word. You can see the entry, enter. So I need this enter, so I will just double click on it, and you can see click on the yes, and the spell check is complete. You are good to go. So in this way you can use the spell check with the F7. So again, now we will use the let's consider phishing, and now again click on the F7, and you can see the suggestion. Only one suggestion is there, that is phishing. So again double click on it, click on yes, and it will be completed. So this is a phishing. So in this way you can check the spelling. So next, move on to the next shortcut, the shortcut number 24. So with the F9, so the next shortcut is the F9. So when there is a formula, let's consider this formula over here. We need to select this range and we need to click on F9. So once we click on the F9, you can see all the values for which you are getting the summation. So you can see all the values 67, 62, 75, 82 and 80. So F9 helps to identify which are the values are used by the function. So you don't need to enter after this. So let's consider if you enter after it and if you try to change the values, the formula will not get changed because the formula is updated with these curly brackets. So that's why I will just again control Z, and you can see the range. So if you click on the F9, sorry, if you click on the F9, you need to just escape it. So once you escape, the formula will not get updated, and once you change the values over here, the formula gets updated. So in this way you can use the F9 command. And the next command is the zooming. So with the help of Alt V and Z, so Alt V and Z, you can see the zoom dialog box pops up over here, and you can select the proper zooming as per your requirement. So Alt V and Z. So maximum you can zoom up to 400. So let's try 400, and you can see it is getting zoomed till 400. You can also see in this zoom bar. I'll just reduce this from this zoom bar. So move on to the next command, that is Alt shortcuts. So you can see if you click on the Alt, you can see the different shortcuts available for the file. So if you click Alt and F, it will go into the file menu. You can see here the F showing there. Similarly, if you click on the Alt N, it will go into the insert tab. If you click on the Alt H, it will go into the home tab. So in this way, after Alt, you can see these multiple shortcuts available in Microsoft Excel. Similar way, you can use the F10 option. you can click on F10, you will get the similar output as the Alt shortcut. So this is the shortcut number 26. Next, move on to the control shortcuts. So you can see here the first shortcut is the control F1. So if you want to hide the ribbon, if you want to hide this ribbon, we can simply press control F1 from the keyboard. You can see the ribbon is hidden. Again, if you press the control F1, the ribbon will get restored. The next shortcut is the control shift U, which expands the formula bar. So this is the formula bar over here, and let's try control shift and U. So control shift and U. So you can see the formula bar is expanded. Again, control shift U, it will get restored to the original position. The next option is to minimize the workbook. So if you want to minimize the workbook, we can use the control F9. So let's click on control and F9. So you can see the Microsoft application is minimized. So again, if you want to open it, you can just click on the Excel button, or you can use Alt Tab option. So these are the shortcut number 29. So next, move on to the shortcut number 30. So this is for the creating the chart. So if you select the table over here, and if you press F1 from the keyboard, so you can see the chart is created in the new sheet. So you can see the new chart. This is a mark obtained, and mechanical Kedar, mechanical Manoj. So these are the different marks obtained by the different students. So I will just close this. So remember, with the F11 you can create a chart in a different sheet. So if you want to create a chart in the same sheet, then you can use the Alt F1. So press Alt and F1. So you can see the chart area is created. Now I didn't selected the data, so I'll just delete this. First I will select the data and Alt F1. So with this you can see the chart is created within the same sheet. So this was the shortcut number 31. Now let's move on to the next option, which is the most common options which we might have used. So control F to find the data. So let's click on the control F. So if I want to select the Kedar, so I will select Kedar over here. So write in it Kedar, and you can click on find next. So you can see the Kedar field is selected, Kedar cell is selected. So if you want to use the specific options, if you want to search the data in the workbook as well, so it will check in the all the workbooks. So you can just click on the find next. The Kedar will get selected, will get searched in all the workbooks. So find all, you can see in which are the worksheets you can find this Kedar. So as you can see in all our sheets, the name is present. So that's why it is showing the complete list of worksheets. I'll just close this. So let's move on to our sheet. So yes, here then the next option is the control H, find and replace. So if you want to replace anything in the table, anything in the sheet, we can use the control H option. So press from the keyboard control H. So let's consider if you want to replace the Kedar with another name, then you can replace it with another name. And you can see if you want to replace it in the whole workbook, or if you want to replace it in the sheet only, then you can select the proper option and just click on find next and replace. So you can see the Kedar is replaced by Pawan, but within this sheet only. So you can see in other sheets the name is Kedar itself. So if you want to make a change in the whole workbook, then you can select the whole workbook and you can select replace all. You can see all done. We made 56 replacements. So in this way, the whole worksheet is updated with the Control H. You can see the name has changed. So move on to the next option, next shortcut, that is shortcut number 34. So now we will discuss about some alt functions, alt shortcuts. So as we have already seen, with the alt you can see the multiple commands gets ready for us, and if we click on F after it, you can see it will go to the file menu. The next option is alt H. So if you want to go to the home tab, then we can press the alt and H, it will go to the home tab. Similarly, if you want to fill the color, so let's say I want to fill the color over here in this cell, that is D5. So I will go to the alt, then H in the home tab, and you can see over here, this is H to fill the color. So again press H. So you can select the color, whatever you want to fill over there. So this is the shortcut number 36. So let's move on to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 37. So if you want to switch from one workbook to another workbook, then we can use the shortcut, that is Control Tab. So first I will add one more workbook over here. You can see the book 5, and this is our workbook, that is Excel shortcut details. So now if I press the Control Tab, so with this option, if you try to make a Control Tab, you can see the book 5 is changed. So for switching from one workbook to another workbook, we have to use this Control Tab option. So next, move on to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 38. The 38 shortcut is Shift F3 for the insert function. So if you want to insert a function in cell C9, we can select the C9 cell and just click on Shift and F3. So Shift and F3, you can see the insert function dialog box pops up, and here you can add the function. So let's consider this mid, and you can see it will ask for the further parameters. So we'll discuss this in detail in our upcoming tutorials. So remember, to insert the function, we need to press the Shift and F3 button from the keyboard. So the next is run a macro. So if you have the macro available in the Excel worksheet, then we can use the Alt and F8 button. Just click on Alt and F8. You can see the macros. So whatever the macros available are showing in this area. So now I don't have any macro available in this workbook. So I'll just close this. So to run a macro, remember, we need to press the shortcut key Alt plus F8. The next is edit the formulas in the cell. So if you want to edit the formula, you can see in the formula bar, the formula is the summation function. And if you want to edit the formula in this cell, then we can simply just escape it. We can simply press F2 by selecting that cell. So select the F2, you can see the formula gets into the editing mode. So again, I will just escape this. So this is the shortcut which we most frequently use. The next is Control F11. So if you want to insert the macro sheet, which will not be a normal sheet, so we can insert it with the help of Control and F11. So with the Control F11, you can add the macro sheet. So this is the macro sheet. You can see the name macro 1. So I'll just cancel this. So next, move on to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 42. And here, so let's consider if we are in the B4 cell, you can see the B4 cell, that is Pune 411027 cell. And if you want to go to the extreme right in this table, then we can press Control and right arrow. With the Control and left arrow, we will again back to our original position. Again, if you want to go extreme up, control up and control down, control up, control down, control right, control left, right, left. So in this way you can use these control buttons shortcuts to go to the extreme in the data in the table. So now similar to the arrows, that is the up, down and the right, left arrows, we can use the tab button in the next cells. So now let's consider if you are in the E9 cell, and if you want to go back in this way, then again with the help of tab we can go. So we need to press shift and tab. So with the shift and tab we can go on the left side. So this is again the most commonly used shortcut. So now let's consider if we are in the D10, and if we want to go into the specific cell. Let's say if I want to go to the B1 cell, then how to go there. So with the help of two commands we can go to the specific cell. First one is a control G. So if we click on the control G, you can see the go to dialog box pops up, and here we can mention B1. So once we click on B1, you can see it will go to the B1 cell. Similarly, we have another option, that is F5. So again F5 we can select the similar operation, and we can add the go to. So let's consider if I want to go to the G5 cell. So again click on OK. You can see the computer which is G5 cell is selected. So this is the shortcut number 45. Next, move on to the another cell, that is add comment. So here if you want to add any comment in the cell, we can use the shift F2. So let's say if I want to add the comment in this B5 cell, then we can click or the press on the shift and F2. Shift and F2. So you can see the comment is getting added. So you can add the area Nigdi, and you can just click on the outside. So once you click on it, you can see the comment over there. So this is the shortcut number 46 to add the comment, to add the specific information for the cell. So move on to the next, so which is the most commonly used shortcut keys, which are the control X to cut the data from the cell, control V paste the data to the cells, control C again copy the data from the cell. So you can see I will just select this data and I will make a control X, and here I will use the control V option, and you can see the data from this position is removed and here it is pasted. So again I will copy this, now control C, and I will paste it over here. So I will just paste it over here. So similarly I will just control X this one and control V over here, and now we will use the control Alt and V for the paste special. So I will just control X this data, and here we can use the control Alt and V. So control Alt and V. So go to this cell and here control Alt V. So with this shortcut you go to the paste special pops up, and here you can specifically select in what way you want to paste that data. So if you want to paste the data, if you have the formulas, if you want to paste the formulas over here, or if you just want to paste the values, or if you want to paste the formats as well, so you can select the specific options from here. I will select the all now and just click on OK. So you can see the data is pasted over there. So I will just escape after it. So these are the shortcut keys till 50. So next move on to the shortcut number 51, and let's consider if you want to write in the same cell. So let's write tech stuff, YouTube channel. So you can see over here. So now if I want to write below this cell, you can just use the control and alt enter. So alt enter, you can write on the next line. So you can see, so this is the next line, and again if I want to write on the next, so better I will use again first line. If I want to write on the next line, alt enter, and second line again alt enter, the third line. So in this way you can write on the next line with the help of alt and enter. So you can see this shortcut number 51. The next is the use of name range. So here you can see the name box, which we have already seen in the interface, Excel interface. So now let's consider this range that is H3 till H7. So if you want to provide a specific name for this range, if you want to create the name range, you can simply click on this and you can provide the name range. So I will better add marks, and you can see for this data the name range is added, and so I'll just again add this, and now you can see the range is added over here. So if we select the complete range, you can see the name over here, that is marks. So I will use the range option in the sum. So we'll use this simple function over here, and here instead of selecting the data, now we will select the range. You can see the name range is automatically added in the formulas, and you can just enter after it, and you can see you will get the similar sum over here as selecting this range. So in this way you can use the name range. So the next shortcut is the escape. So let's say if you are trying to add some values, so here we will add some values. Let's consider we'll add some values, and if you want to make a sum, so press the equal sign and we will use the sum function, and again click on this and enter after it. So now if you want to change the function over here, if you want to change something, let's say if I try to change it to B12, and if I don't need this function to be executed with this change, I will simply escape after it. So once you escape it, the operation gets abort, the task is abort. So if you want that change, then you can just simply make the change and enter after it. So you can see here with the enter, the task is executed till B12 only. So this is the main use of escape and enter over here. Move on to the next shortcut, that is for the borders. So if you want to apply the borders, so I will just first will erase all the borders. So I will select by manually with a no border. Now you can see our table have no borders. So now if I want to apply the borders, so select the whole table and now press the alt. So you can see with the alt all the commands are showing up over here. Then you need to go to the H, that is the home tab. So now we are in the home tab and you can see the different groups available here. Then we need to go to the borders. So click on the B, you can see now we are in the border, and here you can see the different commands over here and the specific function, that is O, P, P for top border, L for left border, R for right border. So now we need all borders. So click on A. So you can see here the all borders. So click on A. So you can see all the borders are added. So again I will use, so you can make use of the alt function. So again go to the alt, go to the H, you can see here the B, you can go to the B, and now I need no borders, so you can just simply click on N. So all the border will get erased with the shortcut. So now if I only want to add or apply the outline border, so if only I want to apply the outline border, then we can use the control shift and so control shift and so you can select outside, and you can see only the outline border gets applied to this table. So now I want to remove this, so again select this, and now we have to use the control shift and colon. So control shift and colon, so you can see the outline border is removed. So now we'll use the wrap text. So you can see let's say we have used this example earlier. So text of YouTube channel. So you can see this is our YouTube channel, and if I want to accommodate this text inside this cell only, we can use this wrap text. So you can see by manually here you can see the wrap text, and in the example showing here there is a Microsoft Excel, and with the wrap it is showing Microsoft, and below there is a Excel. So similar to that we will use the shortcut Alt H W. So you can see the text is wrapped inside this cell. So this is the shortcut number 58. So now next move on to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 59, and in this again I will just remove the borders, and again if I want to apply all the borders, so you can go to the Alt H B and A. So you can see with Alt H B A you can add all the borders. So now if I want to hide the row, so let's select this cell, and if I want to hide this, control 9. So you can see with the control 9 the row gets hidden. So now if I want to again show that row, you can simply control shift and 9. So with the control shift 9 the row gets shown again. So with the control shift 9 you can show that row again. So now if I want to hide the column, so let's say if I want to hide this pin code column, then control 0, the control 0, you can see the column is hidden. Again with the control 0 the column is hidden. So again the insert row, so if I want to insert a row, then Alt IR. So Alt IR. So with the Alt IR you can insert a row. Similarly if I want to insert a column, Alt IC. So Alt I and C. So with this the column is added before that cell. So again Alt IC. So the column is added before that selected cell with the help of insert column. Then move on to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 64, and again this is basically used for the formatting. So first is strike through. So if I want to delete or erase something but I don't want to delete it, then we can use this strike through function. So with the control 5 you can strike through the data, as well as with the strike, if we go on pressing the control 5 it will get unstrike. So strike through and unstrike, the same button the data is erased as well as unerased. Okay, so now if I want to apply the currency format. So let's provide a value something. So this is, let's say, 3000, and if I want to provide a currency format, so control shift and dollar, so the dollar sign is gets applied to that. If I want to apply the percentage, so you can see over here, if I want to apply the percentage format, then again control shift and percentage, so the percentage sign is gets applied over here. You can see the 67%, 62%. Now if I want to apply the date format, so let's consider this value only. So now I want to perform the date format, so control shift and hyphen, you can see 18 March and 08 1908, which is the date format gets applied to that. Now I want to apply the time format. So again, for the time format, control shift and at the rate, so you can see the time format is applied. Now again I need the number format, so control shift and exclamatory sign, so it is a number format. And now if I want it to general format, that is without this comma and without this decimal points, then I will use the general format, so control shift and tilde. So you can see this is the general format. So if I want it in the scientific format, so again control shift and this XOR option, so you can see 3.33 e raised to 03, so this is the scientific format. So now if I want to make a bold, so you can simply control B from the keyboard. So with the control B, the bold and unbold option gets activated. So you can see control B and control B once again. If I want italic, so you can simply press control and italic, control and I. If I want to apply the underline, so you can press control and underline. Similarly, you can apply the control and underline for this. So control U applies the underline. So these are the formatting options which again frequently used in Microsoft Excel. Next, move on to the control alt shortcuts. So let's say if I want to copy this formula in the downward cell, so in this cell I want to copy this formula, so I need to use the control and apostrophe. So control and apostrophe, it will copy the same formula. So you can see the formula is copied in the next cell. So again, if I want to fill down this same formula, then you can use the control D. So with the control D, you can see the formula is getting, the values are filling down. So if I want to fill it on the right side, so you can again press control R, you can see the control R and the values are filled. So you can fill down the text as well. So let's consider the control D. So you can see the electrical is filled down over here, and again if I want to fill it on the right side, we can select this and again control D. Just delete this first, and here with the control D, so it is not taking over here. I will just select, I will just delete this, and here I will add the numbers as well without formulas. So with the control R, it is getting filled on the right side. Similarly on the down, with the control D, it will get added. So again I will select this whole row and it will fill in the downward side. So now if I want to edit the name manager, so I can go to the control function F3. So with control F3, you can open the name manager and you can see the different name ranges over here. So next shortcut is the control F10, screen minimize and restore. So if I want to minimize my screen, Excel screen, and restore it, you can simply use the control F10. So you can see the control F10 to minimize and to restore. minimize and maximize. So with this option you can minimize and restore. If you want to use the another option, then Alt space and R to minimize and Alt space and X to maximize. So let's try Alt space and R to minimize. You can see it is minimized, actually it is not a full screen. And the another option is Alt space and X to maximize. So one more way is to minimize is the Control F9. So let's try Control F9 and you can see the sheet is minimized. So you can simply open up with the Excel option, Excel icon, or you can use the Alt tab option to maximize. So this is shortcut number 82. So now next move on to the some more shortcuts. So the one more option shortcut available, that is Control F12. So with the Control F12 you can open up the open dialog box over here, but if you use the Control O, it will simply go to the open tab and you need to select the path from this location, and with this Control F12 it will directly opens up the open dialog box. The next option is to hide and show the tab and the ribbon. So Control Shift and F1. So Control Shift and F1, you can see the ribbon and the tabs are hidden now. Similarly, if you want to restore it, again we need to click on the Control Shift and F1. So if you want to go to the full screen, then we can simply use Alt V and U. Alt V and U. So you can see we are now full screen. Now we can also hide these columns and these row numbers from the view toolbar. So just escape after it. So after escape it will get to the original position. So we have the option in the view, we can just uncheck these headings, and now again we can try Alt V and U. So you can see only the grid is showing up over here and with this tab showing. Again escape after it to restore. So now I will again add the headers. So now we will see one more shortcut for the name ranges. So let's select this range over here, and now or select this complete list, complete column over here, and press Control Shift and F3. Control Shift and F3. Control Shift and F3. So you can see with this it will ask for the create the names from the values in. So whether we want to create a name from the top row, that is name, or the left column, or the right or the bottom row, or the right column. So it is taking the name depending upon this selection. So I will keep this as top row and click on it. So now if you want to check the name, we can again go to the Control F3 in the name manager, and here you can see the name is added. That is the another name range is added over here in the name manager. So again this is a useful shortcut which is used commonly. Now move on to the next shortcut, that is shortcut number 88. So this is again one of the most useful shortcut. If you want to select the multiple sheets, then just select the first sheet over here and then control Shift and page down or page up. So you can see the 3 sheets are selected here. So again if you want to select on this left side, then Control Shift and page up. We need to select the page up. So again I will select and just select a page up, and it will select on this left side. So the main thing is that if we try to change any of the cell of the selected cells, let's say tech stuff. So you can see in all the sheets the same at the same location, or the text is added. So this is very much useful to save the time and to use the common formats for all the sheets. So again I will go to the sheet selection. Yeah, and the next shortcut is Control Shift 9. So if you want to switch from one sheet to another sheet, then we can use the Control Shift 9, Control Shift and 9. So this option is may differ from laptop to laptop. So in my laptop, the Control Shift 9 is working for switching the sheet from one sheet to another. So if you want to change the sheet name, so let's say Alt HOR, sorry, first Alt HOR. So actually the cell is selected. So now again select Alt HOR. So you can see the sheet name can be changed now. So I will add sheet select. So in this way I can change the name of the sheet. So now next move on to the shortcut number 91, which is if I want to add the current date, so then we can use the control and colon. So control colon will add the current date. So the current date is 23/5/2021. So it will add the current date. If I want to add the current time, then I can use the current Control Shift and semicolon. So you can see not semicolon, it is colon. So it will add the current time. So these are the shortcuts 91 and 92 for addition of current date and current time. Now next move on to the next shortcuts. The shortcut number 93. So here I will just delete this, and now we will first create a table. So just select this, and with a Control T or Control L, Control T, it will create a table. So you can see Control T, and I will use the Control Z to undo this, and again I will use Control L. So again with a Control L, it will work in a similar way. It will create a table. So we can use the table in various ways. So you can see I will just close this one, and let's consider if I want to add the formula here. This divided by 100, the formula we apply for this only one cell, but it will automatically apply it for the whole column. So this is the main benefit of the table. So again, if we add the another name, let's say Chetan Patil, so you can see the data gets added into the table. So this is the benefit of table, creating a table. Now if you want to insert the hyperlink, let's say if I want to add the hyperlink of google.com, so I need to press the Control K, and you can simply add the hyperlink, that is google.com. You can see here www.google.com. so you can see the hyperlink is added. Similarly, you can add the paths for the existing files from this, or you can add the email address with this Control K hyperlink. So now we'll see another example. Control Shift and the open bracket, open curly bracket. So it highlights the range selected in the formula. So let's assume I will add some values over here, 10, 20, 30 and 40. So now I will make the summation over here. Let's make summation of all these values over here. So it is 100. So now with this Control Shift and curly bracket, it highlights the range selected in the formula. So simply select the cell where we want to highlight the range for the specific formula, and here control shift and open curly bracket. So with this it will select all the values which have been used by this formula. Similarly, if I want to highlight the formula which is affecting due to the change in this value, then we can simply select this value and control shift and closing bracket. So it will select the formula cell. Now the control shift A, it shows all the arguments in the formula. So let's consider if I want to use the VLOOKUP function. So let's click on the equal and then use the VLOOKUP function. And now if I want to show these arguments in this formula itself, then I can use the control shift and A. So with the control shift and A, you can see all the arguments in this brackets only, and then it is easy to identify the specific arguments. So you can use this control shift and A to show all the arguments in the formula. So now for this table, I will just again remove the all the formats. So clear all the formats, and now you can see the filters are added over here, as well as it is still a table. So if you want to apply the filter or remove the filter, we can use Alt AT function. So just click on Alt A and T. So with this you have removed the filter. Again, if you want to add the filter, Alt A and T. So the filter gets added over here. If I want to apply the pivot table, again I will select this data and Alt NV. So it will create a pivot table for you. So again I can use the AutoSum function. I will just delete this, and if I want to apply the AutoSum function over here, I will simply press Alt equal. With the Alt equal shortcut, you can simply make a AutoSum, or you can use the function over here. You can see the AutoSum function in the home tab. The next is the merge and center. So if I want to provide the name for this, so let's say sample table. So if I want to make it to the center, then I can use Alt HMC. So Alt HMC, with this shortcut you can see it is merged as well as it is centered. So now if you want to show and hide all the formulas in the sheet, then you can use the control tilde. So control tilde, you can see whatever the formulas available in this sheet. So again, if you use the same command, that is control tilde, you can see it is the formulas are not showing now. If you want to apply the advanced filter, then you can apply with the help of Alt AQ. So first I will remove this with the Alt AT, and now we will apply the filter, advanced filter, Alt AQ. So you can see it is the advanced filter. So let's close this, and now if I want to auto fit the column, so let's consider I will make some changes over here, and now you can see some of the names are cutting due to lack of space. So now if I want to auto fit the column, then I need to use Alt HOI, Alt HOI. With this the column gets auto fit. So again Alt HOI, so you can auto fit the specific cell. So again Alt HOI, so you can see with this option it will auto fit the specific cell for that column. Next is format painter. So now let's consider, I will apply some formatting over here. Again, I will apply the underline, and now I need to format this to this cell, to the Narendra Sharma. So to use the format painter, just select this cell from which you need to format. So to copy the format, press Alt HFP. So you can see the format is copied, and also you can see in the status bar, use the mouse to apply the copied format to another object. So let's consider I need to apply for this. So I will select that particular cell to format. Now if I want to clear the formats, I will use Alt HEF. So again, go to the Alt, then H, it will go to the home tab, and then E, you can see over here in the editing group, E, and once you click on E, all the options are showing up. So clear all. If you want to clear all the data, then you can press A. To clear the formats, you only need to press the F button. So I will press the F. You can see all the formats are gone. So in this way you can use these shortcuts. So this was the shortcut number 106. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you have enjoyed watching it, and please do like our videos, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Techstuff for such more videos. Thank you so much for watching.